I saw Carly scored. I was trying to see who was out on the ice there, which line was on the ice, because, and the coach agreed with it, but I mentioned that the third line in the first two games had been playing the best. Now, I didn't necessarily notice that. I heard that on the radio listening to the Caps here on 106.7 The Fan and John Walton pointing it out.
Mm-hmm.
And Carberry completely agreed with it, and they shook up the lines, and it was going to be Stromer on the first line with Ovi and Tom Wilson, and I was trying to see if they did any damage. Did Ovi at least get shots on goal in this game?
0.
Again? 2 in a row? It can't be. I don't believe it. 2 in a row?
I mean, I'm looking at the shots column, and I see a big fat 0 next to him.
All right.
He had an assist, but he didn't have any shots on goal.
All right. We need to get a third party. Drab. I know we do a lot of Cap stuff, but we need to get someone not affiliated with the team. You know what I mean? We gotta get a third party opinion on this deal.
From when I watched most of the first period, and they just looked really slow.
I know, that's what everyone's saying. Ovi's 38. Oshie's like 37 or almost 37.
I didn't see the second period,
but said Backy's looking slow. It's all the opposite of what I just heard about Backy too. I'd heard that he looks so much better now.
And then I'm surprised, man, Darcy had a bad game. Again, I don't know the analytics.
It's the first time ever, by the way, in his career that Ovi has gone shotless in back-to-back games.
There you go.
Yeah. What do you tell you?
Now, he did have an assist on the Carlson goal, and he had four shot attempts. They were all blocked.
Yes. So they just weren't technically, shots that didn't hit the net.
Hey, Jason, maybe you should offer Cakes a buyout.
I know. Think about that.
Do you know how bitter he'd be if you just texted him that?
Right.
He would be so bitter.
I mean, they've given up. Let's see. They lost 4-0 to the Pens, 6-1-10, and they scored. So they've given up 12 goals in 3 games.
It's not looking good. I saw Carberry's his quotes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, he said, we got a lot of guys that haven't found their game. Normally this time of year, he said something to the effect of, you have a couple guys. Right now we got a lot of guys that haven't found their game.
Now they got a couple days off. They've got Montreal on Saturday night in Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've come back here and play Toronto. Toronto, they can score, and they're fast. Got to beat Montreal. I don't want to start 1-3 and have to play Toronto to break that streak. I don't know. That would be tough to do. So Montreal on the road, Toronto at home, and then at New Jersey in the next 3 games.
The one.
So far through 3 games, I'm reading this article on Russian Machine Never Breaks by Peter Hassett.
Mm-hmm.
So far through 3 games, which is a very small sample size, his shot volume is about half of what it typically has been in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he points out that the core of Ovechkin's threat historically has been his shot volume, where he puts up about 10 on net every game,
mm-hmm.
plus about 10 more attempts missed or blocked.
Where are all the shots? What the hell's going on?
Well, at least in this article, they're saying that they just haven't possessed it enough when that line is on the ice.
Mm.
It just might be a fluky thing.
I mean, it's small sample size. I get it. But this is not really.
And he was with Backy in the first 2 games.
This is not the start that we envisioned.
But 3 games.
Under carbs.
Well, it's okay to lose, actually, but to get smoked.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what's not good.
I mean, they've been smoked twice.
Yeah.
Pummeled.
It makes you think they are a bunch of old farts. That's what it makes you think.
Well, even what we've heard, I think this was what Joe B. or Craig Laughlin said when they joined us in studio.
Mm-hmm.
Even the GM has said that he's trying to thread a needle. You know how tough it is to thread a needle?
Mm-hmm.
The needle being thread is stay competitive with the old guys.
Skins are trying to thread a needle. The Commanders,
mm-hmm.
they're trying to go to the playoffs with a quarterback with 1 career start going into the season.
But they were supposed to have a top 5 defense.
Yeah, but still, I mean.
And they were 8-1 last year. I mean, they were a talent.
Nobody.
They're not a talentless team.
They're trying to take a 5th-round draft pick.
I know, but it's not like Sam Howell was taking over the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Okay, a team devoid of talent.
There's some talent. I agree. There is some talent.
Because usually the young quarterbacks C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, they take over teams that won 3 or 4 games the year before. Hal's taken over a team that was 500 last year.
Okay, I'll grant you that. But he's still, young, inexperienced. And then the Caps are trying to thread a needle by trying to hold on to the old guys and blend in some new guys
and change the system.
I'm just wondering if the system, maybe it's the whole system change that's kind of affecting them early, but, when we had Locker and Joe B in last week, they kind of equated the system that Carbs wants to run as kind of like the Showtime system from back in the
that's the thing that's the thing
Lakers ran up and down, get up quick, pass it up quick, and I don't know if that works with an older team.
Well, but that's it. You're not getting any results on that. I mean, you're getting.
I know.
It's okay to lose, but they're not even getting goals.
Correct. They were outshot 18-3 in the first period against Calgary.
I would think, if anything, you'd be losing like 6-5 games, 5-4 games.
I'm going to chalk it up to new system, just out of the gates a little slow. If it continues, over the next couple weeks, then it's going to be a long year.
I said I'd give them 20 to 25 games. You change a system, and especially all the old guys who've been used to playing a certain way.
Yeah, but they're not dumb.
It takes a while, though. It takes a while.
They can probably pick up the system pretty quickly. I don't think it's that complicated.
Well, we don't
Instead
know.
of passing around in the back, what it was explained to me.
Instead of north-south, it's quick.
In the back a little bit, we're just pushing the puck up.
Right.
Well, maybe it's just not conducive to what they are used to, or
Well, because we got a bunch of old, slow guys.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why when you talk about that kind of philosophy or whatever, it sounds great for a young, fast team, but we got an old plodders.
Plotters. Yeah, we got plotters.
And you got a bunch of old, slow guys.
Well, that's what it looked like last night.
We're trying to play a young man's style.
I'm
what it sounds like to me from a
I'm like an elementary school student when I'm watching hockey.
Me too.
But I'll tell you what, they look slow. I could tell who the quicker, faster, more explosive team was last night. Yeah, that was easy.